Hi everybody, this is Casey with Trophy Woods, just out in our summer test plot. This is planted July 13th, today is August 13th, and we're just going to go through what we got planted here and see how it's doing. This is Japanese millet. You can see it's almost knee high and looking okay. Kind of a thinner blade grass, similar to like wheat. Hi, it's Casey with Trophy Woods. It's September 13th. 2024. This is Japanese millet. Just wanted to show you the Japanese millet head. Kind of like Milo, tracks doves. This is German millet. See that it's just a little taller, maybe 6 inches taller than the Japanese millet was. Similar plant otherwise though. This is German foxtail millet, also a little over waist high. It looks like foxtail, the weed, but just loaded with seeds on it. So doves, pheasant, quail, they're gonna love this stuff. And this is Egyptian wheat. It's supposed to get really tall, slower, a little bit slower growing getting started. We'll see how it does. This is sorghum Sudan, only been here a month, already over 4 foot tall I'd say. This hasn't been fertilized or hasn't been given any nitrogen. So this right here, without the seed heads, is Egyptian wheat. With the seed heads is sorghum Sudan. Last month they were about this tall. This month they're over my head. Sorghum Sudan's way over my head. I don't know if it can be seen on the video, but this Egyptian wheat is definitely yellower than our sorghum Sudan. And we haven't fertilized any of it. No nitrogen on it. We just wanted to see what it could do just as is, put out in the field. So sorghum Sudan is definitely impressive. It'd be a great screen to consider. It's been ahead of this Egyptian wheat the whole time. I think it's topped out, and I think this is about where it's going to stop. And the Egyptian wheat's probably going to keep growing. But you can see that the Egyptian wheat definitely likes nitrogen. This is WGF grain sorghum. Looks a lot like corn, similar plant structure. A little slower growing than the sorghum Sudan or the Egyptian wheat or corn. This is WGF grain sorghum. This is in our drought mix. This is about as tall as it gets. You see it'll put some seed heads on, or a little taller than waist high, but most of the grass portion of the plant is waist high. It stays fairly bitter until you get later into the winter, and that's when wildlife need it most. That's when it gets palatable for them. So this is in our drought mix, like I said. So we'll get down further and we'll see it again. This is our 4010 forage peas. We planted them last fall. If you watch those videos, they're really looking really good for being planted in July. And we'll just keep watching them, see how they go. If you remember that. These are our forage peas. I've seen these planted in the fall, and we liked them then, but we hadn't planted them in the summer and seen what they can actually do. I'm 5'10", so these are right at eye level. Really impressive. I think these are going to find their way into our drought mix. We've been fairly hot and dry this month, and it hasn't slowed these down at all. They taste real good, just like a pea. Just all around, really impressed with them. This is Laredo soybeans. We'll keep an eye out on them. They're just a good forage bean, and as you can see, it looks like they germinated really well, growing fairly good. This is Laredo soybeans. A lot like a traditional soybean, maybe a little more on the forage quality side. They're also in our drought mix, so we'll see them a little further down when we get into our drought mix. This is cowpeas, similar to soybeans, leaves a little different, but similar structure. just kind of a bushy plant. So this is red ripper cowpeas. Really viney. They make pretty good mat, a little bit hard walking through. These are the pods that they were putting on. And you can see just how the vines are wrapping around vines of their own, and they just make a big wad of material out there. This is Lab. This is my first time planting it, so I don't know a whole lot about it. So we're just kind of seeing how it does. It looks like maybe a little bit less germinated compared to the Laredo hay beans and the cowpeas, but we'll see how it goes. It is taller, sending off like a vining stem, but like I said, I don't know enough about it yet, so we're just watching it this year. This is Lab. Vinier than the cowpeas, a lot harder walking through, smaller leaf. This is mung bean, a little shorter than the soybeans or the cowpeas, but looking fairly good on germination, and as far as how much of it came up, it is a little shorter. We'll see how it does throughout the year. Winter peas. No. This is mung bean. Similar to the forage peas that we planted growing. We do got just this short little bean pod they're putting on. I'm not sure that it will amount to anything after frost, that there'll be anything left to eat for the deer. All right, and this is our drought mix. And you can see we have some of the WGF grain sorghum. Here's that Laredo hay bean, and underneath we have some brassicas. And it's just a really good drought mix. Really comes on good, comes on fast, covers the ground, slows your weeds down. So we really like it. We look forward to seeing what it can do. And while I was filming this, there was a deer laying right on the side of the plot that jumped up and took off. So the deer obviously like this plot. This was a wheat field that we harvested, and then we planted cover crops around it through the whole field. And so the deer have plenty to eat out here, but they're bedding down right next to this plot, because this plot has some of the best stuff in it. Appreciate you watching all the way through. Keep checking back for videos. Our next video should be around October 15th, which is right around our first frost date. So we'll see how this plot is looking around then. And be sure to order our mixes at trophywoods.com. Or if you would like a custom mix, reach out and contact us. Thanks. This is mung bean. This is mung bean.